Good morning. Welcome to another session on environmental impact assessment.
So we shall continue with Unit 3, Air Quality, Noise, Energy, Water Quality, Vegetation and Wildlife Impact. So course outcome, apply the knowledge of impact of infrastructure projects on air quality, water quality, vegetation and wildlife. Learning outcome, environmental impacts on flora and fauna. Specific outcomes, importance of wildlife conservation, causes of wildlife loss and the effects of wildlife loss. So biodiversity of India. So wildlife of India is a mix of species of diverse origins. India is a home to a number of rare and threatened animal species. It's the home for about 7.6% of all mammalians, 12.6 percentage of avians, 6.2 percentage of reptilians, and 6 percentage of flowering plant species. Tropical rainforest of the Andaman Islands, Western Ghats, and northeastern India, coniferous forest of Himalaya, dry deciduous forests of central and southern India. So these are some of the tropical rainforests that are available in India. So wildlife conservation, it is defined by the Wildlife Protection Act, started in 1972. So wildlife conservation is the protection of species and habitats of animals, the banning of hunting seasons for endangered or threatened species. So what is the importance of wildlife conservation? First and foremost is beauty. Um Beauty and aesthetics. Okay. Second one is economic value. That is for getting some timber or you get some fur or tusks, ivory, leather, honey, etc. Scientific value. The gene pool for the scientists to carry breeding programmers in agriculture, animal husbandry, and fishery. It helps in maintaining the ecological balance. And last one is ecotourism. Cause of wildlife destruction. Right. So first and foremost is human, and then comes natural processes. So this is actually a bar chart which is representing the proportion of threatened and non-threatened species, right? In terms of habitat loss, invasive species utilization, mortality, pollution, persecution, disasters, disease, and so on. Right. So when it comes to habitat loss, we can see that the non-threatened species are having huge habitat loss or larger habitat loss when compared to threatened species. Um, when it comes to invasive species, um, threatened species are having there are less threatened species invading when compared to non-threatened species. Um, the same thing with utilization also. Accidental mortality is somewhat very low. Persecution, there is not much persecution. Pollution, right? Both of them are equal. Natural disasters almost equal. Diseases, threatened species are having more disease when compared to non-threatened species. Human disturbance almost equal. Changes in native species dynamics not much. Fires almost similar. Unknown reasons, right? It is more of non-threatened species when compared to threatened species. Habitat loss, second most critical factor in species extinction, right? And deforestation is one of the major factors contributing to the habitat loss because human beings want wood, so they're ready to uh, cut off the forest, however big it may be, right? Even the Amazon forest is being cut off for want of some you know goods which human beings want, right? So there are now 20% less forest cover than that existed 300 years ago. Poaching and hunting. So another major reason or cause of animal species extinction is poaching and hunting. Poaching and illegal trade in animals are about $2 billion to $3 billion US dollars. So extensive human demand has resulted in habitat loss. So rainforests are the main habitats for most of the animals. Tropical forests are cleared for wood and timber resources, development of petroleum resources, mineral resources for cash crop plantations and subsistence farming. So in terms of national and international wildlife trade, you have pet trade, fur trade, meat trade, body parts trade, trade for biomedical research, right? Some of the other causes, climate change. These are some natural causes like climate change, but climate change is actually byproduct of human activities, right? So although it's natural, but it's caused by human beings, meaning activities of human beings. Climate change and global warming, pollution by human beings, invasive species, right? Species which are coming from some other locality to a particular region, farmer and rancher shootings. So effect of wildlife depletion, what happens? It is there's unbalance in the food chain and ecosystem, reduction of rare wild animals. It is danger to human life because the habitat for these living entities have been cleared off. So obviously they are going to come into the towns and cities where human beings are staying. It has a great impact on the biodiversity, loss of economic value, and loss of genetic information. So wildlife extinction has a large impact on our world that most people are not aware of. It will take at least 5 million years for species to rebuild the biodiversity we are likely to destroy during this century. The instrumental value of some species should be taken into consideration. Species provide economic value in the form of food crops, fuel food, and lumber, paper, and medicine. The genetic information in species is also very important for mankind. The information is used to create new crop types as well as food, medicine, and vaccines. The plants and animals of the earth are also important because of the recreational pleasure they provide us with. More people in the world spend time watching wildlife than they do watching movies or sports. Ecotourism generates at least $500 billion per year worldwide. So there are many ways wildlife extinction has an influence on the world. Right? Thank you.
Thus, we come to the end of this session. Thank you for your participation. Looking forward to meeting you in the next session.